Welcome to Sugar Coated Murder Podcast, a brilliant true crime podcast hosted by two zany sisters, all while baking up delicious treats in their kitchen. Here are your podcast hosts, Karen Devaney and Ann Varner.
Hello.
Hello, bakers.
My goodness.
We're back.
We did it. We've come back.
We've shown up again.
We're doing this whole circus again. We're trying.
I know. Here we are. And tonight's a really special night.
Tonight is probably the most special night we've ever
I feel like this
had.
is the pinnacle of our podcast that's been going on since 2020.
Yeah.
And this is the absolute pinnacle of it. We are so honored and so excited. We have a special guest. We will not be baking in the kitchen tonight. We are dedicating the whole entire episode really to one person. And that person is to Teresa Brantley. And well, you can see that book too, but
No, but she's doing
whatever.
It's like it's floating.
There's a floating book. Anyway, as you all probably know by now, Ann and I released our second book in our Say My Name series. And, you know, this series is near and dear to us. We started it because we want to honor victims that have been violently taken from us, from this earth. We want to honor them and give them a voice. So,
Oh my God, we have late breaking news.
what is it?
Late breaking news.
We do have late breaking news
We won an award
for this book. I mean,
this one
OMG,
right
for this
here.
book right
an
here.
award.
Yes.
Yes, we came in second place in
We
the
did.
Book Fest Award,
We did.
which is a national award.
It is a national award. We won in the true crime category. We
We
got
did it.
silver, and
We
we're
did
so
it.
excited.
I
And
got
by the
chills
way,
again.
me too. And by the way, our first book, Click, 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 won the same accolade.
Yes, it did.
So this is the universe lining up to say, yep, you're on a good path and keep doing what you're doing. So
Yes.
that feels really good.
So as if that wasn't exciting enough.
I know, because that's not even that exciting compared to what's happening right this minute.
No, we actually have Teresa Brantley's sister
Yes.
joining us tonight.
Tonight to talk to us and honor Terry's memory and to really round out the knowledge of who Terry was on this earth, who she was before the fateful day that took her away from the earth. But she was a whole person, and she had hopes and dreams, and she grew up, you know, as a little girl, and she had siblings and parents, and she was just like you and I. So
That's right.
we just want to make sure that we take this opportunity to talk to her sister. So we're going to introduce her sister, Amanda Seagal, and she's here to talk to us about all things Terry. And we could not be more honored. And by the way, we've had some signs that Terry is with us tonight as well. So we're very
100%.
blessed.
100%.
Very blessed. So Amanda, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
an honor to be here. Really, it is.
Well, I'm so glad, but the honor is definitely ours. This is
100%.
the biggest treat for us to have you on to help us honor your sister. It's exactly what we need. So thank you very much from the bottom of our hearts.
Well, thank you. And the book is beautiful and so well written, and it really means a lot to me. It does.
Oh,
And congratulations on the award.
I know.
I'm already good.
I'm so proud of you, girls. That's wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Oof.
Get out of my mouth. All right. Well, you know what, Amanda? We're gonna just kind of let you unfold the story the way that you want. You can tell us about Terry and her life, and as we go along, we might ask questions, but we may not have any questions. So the floor is yours, honey.
Well, thank you. But do feel free to ask anything you would like to know. But first of all, Terry was the epitome of kindness. She had the most loving spirit of anyone I've ever known. She was very religious. She had a love for God. And long as we can remember, I asked Mom one time, when did Terry get saved and, become interested in God and Jesus, and she said, I can't remember. It's like she always had that love for God and wanting to do the right thing and live her life for Him.
Oh,
And she
right.
did that.
Good.
And she was so kind. Like I said, she was the kind of person that if there was someone that she felt was being left out in school or in sports, she would be the one to pick that person and make sure that, she made them feel special and included. And she was she really was a wonderful human being.
That's great. So are you older or younger?
Younger.
You're her
I was actually, I was 6 years old when that happened.
Oh my goodness.
But I would have turned 7 in August, but I was still 6 when it happened, and I still remember it like it happened yesterday. I
I'm
mean,
sure. I'm sure.
it just changed everything, it changed my mom forever. She was super protective over me after having that happen, as
I'm
you can
sure.
imagine.
Yes, I'm sure.
And
Yes.
Absolutely.
yeah, and I know she struggled with the fact that with Terry being so close to God, why did He let her be taken in such a tragic and horrible way?
Yes.
And the funny thing about that is I have a memory that I'm gonna share, and it actually happened the last time that Terry and Mark had come down from Ivor. See, we live about 5 hours from where they live.
Mhm.
Correct.
And the last time that she came down, we were over at the lake and been swimming and having a cookout and having just a nice day. And as she and I and our mom were walking back into the cabin, she stopped Mom and she said, "Mom, I want to ask you a question and I want you to give me a truthful and honest answer." And Mom said, "Well, I will, Terry, to the best of my ability. What is it?" And she said, "Mom, if, let's say, terrorists broke into the house this evening and took Mandy and I and held us at gunpoint and said, if you don't denounce Christ as your Lord and Savior, we're going to kill these 2 girls. What would you do?" And Mom thought for a minute and she's like, I, I couldn't denounce Christ. I couldn't. And I know that if they took y'all, you would go to heaven. And Terry said, "Remember that, Mom.
Oh,
No matter what happens, always remember that."
oh, wow.
And I have never forgot that since that day because it was almost like she knew
Right.
something tragic was coming.
Wow.
So powerful. That's so powerful.
Yeah, and I never forgot that, and that's how I think Mom kept going, is she knew that Terry wouldn't want her to blame God and to turn bitter, that she had to know that Terry was in heaven and she was happy and she was free and
Mhm.
that she would never want that. So I think that's what kept Mom going and all of us going, and not becoming bitter
Sure.
and full of hate and all the things that can come with something so horrible.
That is
Yes.
very true.
But
That is
She
so
left
true.
she left y'all with a gift.
She
She came
definitely left
she
you a
did.
gift. Yes. And
She
has your mom
definitely
passed
did.
since? Has your mom passed?
Yeah, she passed in 2002. She had a sudden heart attack.
Oh, wow.
We thought she was the healthiest person we knew, and she had a heart attack right in front of me, and that's
Sorry.
another thing that, I've had to deal with is the sudden loss of my mom, and my dad died the same year of lung cancer.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
wow.
So it was another terrible year.
Yeah.
Sure.
2002 was awful, but
It sounds like it. I'm sorry. We're both
yeah,
very sorry for your losses
thank you.
on
Thank
top of
you.
losing your sister at such a young age too. But there was
Yeah,
a pretty big age gap between the 2 of you.
there was. My mom and her dad had actually gotten a divorce, and mom had remarried my dad and had me later in life. She was in her mid-30s by the time she had me. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's how the age difference was, but
Oh,
everybody got along well. I mean,
good.
my dad and her ex-husband, I mean, we all got together and had cookouts and
It's wonderful.
swam at the lake, and yeah, so, I mean, everything was nice and pleasant, even though, you know, they were divorced, everybody got along, so
That's
that was
wonderful. That's
nice,
wonderful.
yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That doesn't always happen.
That doesn't always
No,
happen,
it
so I'm
doesn't.
very happy for you and your family.
No,
Right.
yeah, well,
It is
We
rare.
understand. We've been told that that happens. We've just never witnessed it ourselves, but that's fine. It's
Right.
all good, whatever. So
It is a rare thing, I know,
it really
but
is. And it speaks
he taught
volumes
me how.
to all of the adults involved, that they were
Oh, yes,
truly like
yeah,
adults that behaved like adults, which is
they
refreshing.
did. It is. It is rare to find, but yeah, it worked out nicely.
Good.
But Terry taught me how to ride horses, even at
Oh,
that young age. She had a little pony up on
oh,
the farm, and she taught me how to ride it, and I have a lot of wonderful, wonderful memories with her. We used to play The Wizard of Oz because she had a giant stuffed lion that was taller than me at that age, and I would be Dorothy, and she was the Scarecrow, and we'd carry the lion around,
love
and
it.
the upstairs bedroom was the tower, and my mom had to be the Wicked Witch and come up the stairs with the broom and get us, and
oh my
yeah,
gosh.
she would have made a wonderful mom.
Oh my gosh, I can imagine. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, she would
So,
have.
how old were you when Terry got married?
Oh, let's see, probably 4? I
Okay.
knew they weren't something like that. Yeah, I was a bridesmaid. Well, a flower,
A
not a
flower
bridesmaid,
girl.
I'm sorry, a flower girl, yeah,
Aw.
Oh,
at her
cute.
wedding, so, yeah.
Aw, I love that.
Yeah, it was a beautiful wedding, it really was, and for y'all not to know all the details you described the church out in the country and all that so
Oh
perfectly,
my gosh.
it blew my mind. You really did. That is exactly how it was. I
That's
mean, it was out in the
crazy.
That
country, it
feels
I
was
yeah.
feel so bad.
beautiful. It was a beautiful day, everything was green and the flowers blooming, and some of the stuff I just couldn't believe how perfectly you captured it.
That's
So, you
crazy.
did a great job.
That is
Yeah.
definitely straight from heaven because when we write these books, we do have these, I don't know, spiritual moments and spiritual journeys where we just get these downloads of information that come through us and we write it down, and then it just turns out to be so close to what the truth really is that we didn't even know.
Right.
So, we're
It
very
was
honored.
spot on. It really was,
Good. I'm so
and
glad.
so many things in the book were just like, "How did they know all?" You really did a great job.
Oh,
Oh
thank
gosh,
you.
that's amazing. I'm blown away.
I am too. We might have done something right.
Oh my gosh.
You most certainly did. Absolutely,
Oh,
and
good.
I just love the fact that you honored her in such a special way, and I do feel blessed to be here today and being able to talk about my sister because she was a truly wonderful person, a
Well,
bright light.
yeah, it sounds like she was, and we always felt like she was, but as we were writing this book, we felt so connected to her, which is crazy because we didn't know her. But we just felt so, and we wanted to give her all the beauty that we could find that life could give a person,
Yeah.
and
And
so
you did a great job.
that's kinda where we kinda steered ourselves, so
Yeah, because I think, especially in this day and age where true crime is a hot topic. People enjoy
Yes.
listening to true crime stories, but a lot of times, when you're going and doing research on a case, you can find
Mhm.
a lot of information about the murderer, but you don't
Yeah.
find a lot of information about the victim. And when we're doing our research for just the podcast, a lot of times we only have the obituary to
Yeah.
go on for
Right.
the facts about the person who's been murdered. And that's just
It's not okay.
that's what so
We don't
that's
like
why
it.
we're trying to do these books.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
we really want to give the victims a story outside of their obituary. Their obituary to me shouldn't be the last thing everybody gets to know about
Exactly.
the person.
No, I agree.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why I love your book and I love what you're doing so much
Well,
because
thank you.
it's not just about the crime, but it's about letting people know that this was a real person.
Yeah.
And yeah, she had hope, she had dreams, she wanted to have children. You know, they had so many plans
I'm
and
sure. They were such a young married couple.
Oh yeah.
you captured their love perfectly too.
Just yeah.
They were just crazy about each other. I mean, you could just look at them and feel the love between them.
That's
Right.
awesome. Well, that's wonderful. I'm
Yeah.
glad that she got to feel that while she was still here in her earthly body.
Yeah.
That's so important.
Yes, she did.
That's really
She most
important.
certainly did. That's what
So
made their wedding so beautiful too, is that you could just see how crazy in love they were,
Oh,
and
that's great.
everybody could see that,
yeah,
so,
that's great. I love it. So I know that you read the Georgia parts of the book, which,
mhm.
that's all Terry. That's all Terry's story that we
Yeah.
conjured up with the help of Terry.
Yes, I believe that. I
I
do.
do too. Now that we're talking to you, I believe that even more than ever. But there's another
Absolutely.
character in the book whose name is Olive. And
Yeah.
I wanted you to know that Olive it's a combination of 2 real people. And one of those people were me, and the
I
other
thought
person
so.
was
I did read
another girl in
some
my
of that.
class. Yeah. So,
I thought so, yeah.
so that day was very impactful on us as well, not to the same degree as what you all suffered and your family. Not I mean, I don't even wanna pretend, but, I think that was one of the driving factors also in us writing the book is that we want to show that murder is not just between 2 people. It is not between
No,
2 people.
no.
It impacts a community,
Mm,
it tears a hole in a family, in a
yeah,
church, in a business, I mean, in a community. So, if there's such a ripple
absolutely.
effect, and that ripple effect goes on for generations. It
Yes.
doesn't
Yeah,
just end that day or when the court case is done.
no,
That's not I mean, it just
no.
doesn't end. It never ends because that hole is
It
just there.
never ends.
Right.
Always, yeah.
So, we wanted to make sure that we handled it with kid gloves, but also to show that it impacted more than just the 2 people that were directly involved.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yes, and I'm glad that you were able to tell your story as well, because I can only imagine how hard that would be to have a friend do something like that.
It's
And
devastating.
so
Yeah,
I can only imagine. So
it
I'm
does.
glad that you got to tell your story as well. I mean, that's gotta be cathartic and
Definitely. I mean, it definitely was very
breathing.
therapeutic,
Yeah,
very
yeah,
therapeutic to say it out loud after so many years of, just
right.
holding it in. It just, but at the same time, realizing that the impact that I felt that day and that my class felt that day, it was minuscule compared to the whole. This is like a cannon ripping through fabric. It leaves such a big hole. And so it took somebody off this earth that was so special
Yeah,
to her family and her friends and her coworkers and, people that waved at her every day and didn't necessarily know her. I mean, it just
yeah,
affects you. So I know that she feels very honored that her sister is still thinking of her and still wants to honor
Always.
her and bring out her beauty and share it with the rest of the world because we all lost out on that. We all lost
Yes,
out. So, and
yes, absolutely.
yeah,
And I still think about her every day,
of
and
course.
especially in 2002 when I lost mom and dad both at the same time, I thought how different it would have been if Terry was still alive. I would have had her there and her support and her
Yeah.
love to help me get through that loss. And I mean that was like scaring the rest of my family just about away
Yeah,
when I lost
and
both
that
of them. And
re-victimizes you. It re-victimizes
yeah,
you because you once again felt that loss that some idiot decided on a sunny day to take that person out. So,
yeah,
that's the ripple effect. That's the ripple effect that just keeps going and going and going
yeah,
because you think about her every day. There are
yeah,
milestones that you've met in your life that she wasn't able to experience with
yeah,
you. So, it's just unfortunate and, um, you know, there's no bringing her back, but we hope that her one thing I do know is that just through this contest that we entered with this book, every time
mhm,
somebody buys this book, reads this book, for whatever reason, her memory stays alive,
That's right.
and
Yeah, and
somebody
that's
else
why it
gets to
means
know
so
her.
much to me
Yeah,
that
and
you've read
somebody
through
else
this.
gets
It
to
means
know
so
her.
much.
Yeah,
Yes,
and so it kinda widens that community of love for her,
mhm,
which I think
yes,
that y should never end.
Agreed.
exactly, exactly. Because to know her was to love her. I
Oh, I'm
mean,
sure.
she was a beautiful person inside and out,
That's
and
wonderful.
just always happy and in a good mood and just a rare person.
Well,
Yeah.
I love the story about the Wizard of Oz. I
Oh, I
just
do
Yeah.
too. So cute.
that's adorable, and that your mom always had to be the wicked witch.
Yep, she sure did. She did a good job of it, though.
That's amazing, I love it.
It
That's
does.
great. So, tell me about so I know that I mean, you weren't there when Terry was like a little toddler because you were just a glimmer
Right.
in your mama's eyes, but
Yeah.
but, I can't imagine the joy she must have felt when she found out your mom was gonna have a baby and there was this age gap.
Mhm.
It's almost like you were her baby, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you were so
Oh,
much younger
yeah.
than her, and I'm sure she definitely took on that big sister role very
She sure
seriously,
did.
which I think is wonderful.
She absolutely
Yes,
did.
that should happen. That should happen when big sisters get little sisters.
So, you know what?
And
Yep.
What is wrong with this?
it happened for us.
Okay, it didn't happen right away.
It didn't happen until college.
Well, okay, maybe I'm a little
Right,
I
But
can't
it
blame
happened,
you.
right?
college.
At
You
least
have
it
to
did
live in the
happen.
present. You gotta live in the present, sugar, you
Right.
gotta let that go. You gotta let that go.
Seeing listening to how
Um,
lovely it
Mhm.
was to have a big sister so happy for her to be there was
Well,
must have
maybe
been a
if there
great
had been a
feeling.
little bit more years between us, it would have been better. Maybe that's
We needed more of a gap year.
more of a gap. Yeah.
Oh,
There's
I
nothing
love
better than
y'all.
a
Y'all were
sister.
so
That's
fun.
nothing better than a sister, and we're always recruiting more, so now you're part of our sisterhood.
That's right.
Well, thank you. I'm honored to be.
That's wonderful. So what else do you wanna tell us about Terry? Is there are any other memories that come forward for you or, things that you've thought about, since you've grown up and you've, hit milestones in your life and things like that? Were there any things that, you remember Terry about?
About Terry.
I remember well, I swear I'm not stroking out, guys, but it's just typical. This is a typical night for me. I do not get my words right. I didn't have a drink.
No,
Now I'm all discombobulated, but it's okay. It's okay.
You're
I'm
doing great.
so anyway, were there any other memories about Terry that come to mind that you want to talk about?
Well, I think about all the fun things that she would do with me. And I was talking to my friend today that it's so funny that you had her wearing a flannel shirt and with like a t-shirt underneath. Well, every year while her and Mark were together, even before they got married, they would get me and put on a little flannel shirt on me and little jeans and my little shoes and my hair in lollymop, take me out in the country and sit me on the old post fence or by a little old church, and they would photograph me, and they would have that blown up and framed for my mom for Mother's Day.
Oh,
That is
And
adorable.
so when you were describing both of them, and they would be wearing their flannel shirts, and I would have my little flannel shirt, I was like, "This is amazing.
oh wow.
How would they pick that very thing that they always put me in and they would wear when we would go out to do these pictures?" And
Wow.
it
Wow.
is amazing to
That is
me.
amazing.
I
Wow.
can't get over it.
It is.
That's great. Well, that's a great memory too. And that
Yeah.
she continued to care so much and make sure that your mom had those memories captured as well. I think that's really sweet. Tell me about this
She
pony she taught you to ride.
Oh, it was the cutest little pony. They loved animals too, so on the farm, I loved going up there because they had, of course, lots of horses and a pony that was just my size, and, of course, lots of pigs and sheep and you name it, they had it. But he did take over the family farm. All that was absolutely on point.
This is
He
crazy.
took over and they moved into his grandmother's old plantation home, and they were fixing it up. Yep,
I just
and they were fixing it up and making it nice, and that's where they were living,
yeah.
and
Wow.
everything just I was like, "How did she know all this? Wonder how she got all these, like, intimate details," but
Well, your
I guess
sister
Terry was there, yeah.
Yes, 100%. Oh my
absolutely.
goodness.
Yeah,
Yeah. And that's I mean, such an honor for us to know that we captured so much of her true
you
essence
did.
in this, and that is I mean, that just it makes all of the late nights and the frustrations in writing a book and all the things we went through to get this published, it just makes everything worth it.
It does. It really does.
Yes, I mean, I am so glad that I was able to get in contact with you after all those years of the
Oh,
first
crazy.
email.
oh, it's crazy. I was looking back and I was like, 2021 is when I reached out to you when we were first
Right.
starting to write the book, and I had reached out to you, and then, February of 2025? No, this
Mhm.
February.
Yes,
That was
This it
25.
was this
wasn't
February
it?
26.
Yes,
26th.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
yes,
it's how long.
that's
So
right.
5 years later, you were like, "Oh,
Yeah,
I just saw this message." I was like,
yes,
"Whoa." And I said, "Well, you might wanna sit down because we've written a book about your
yes.
sister. And by the way,
I was
nice to meet you."
shocked. I was I mean, I was reading that and I was just like, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh." I mean, I just cannot believe it. And I was like, it had sent it to another file that was like spam or something that I had never seen,
That's
Yeah.
us.
and
Bam.
recovering that was just amazing, and I'm glad it happened, like, right as the book was coming out and
Me
everything
too.
too, so it did
Divine
end up
intervention.
working out. Exactly.
That's
Yes.
But
wonderful. That's great.
I
Well,
do thank you guys for what you're doing
oh,
because, it does mean a lot to the victims of the people that the tragic things happen to. It does mean a lot to us that people are still talking about her and wanna know about her and not
absolutely.
just focus on the gory details like
Yeah.
happens too often.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I like the way you handled it in the book in such a respectful way,
Good.
I mean, I did cry, but I
So did
still
we.
felt that you did it in a respectful and beautiful way, how her ending was,
Oh, I'm so
and
glad.
showing that she wasn't gone.
Yeah.
She's still going right now.
And she
She always
transitioned.
should be.
Yeah, she transitioned
Exactly.
to a different plane, and she's
Right.
the lucky one because she's in a great place, and she gets to witness all of the
Absolutely.
things that
Yeah.
are happening in life, and I know that she knows about this book, and I know that
I know
she
she does
approves
too.
of it because we've gotten
Absolutely.
multiple
I know she
signs.
does. Yes,
It's
because I mean,
wonderful.
reading it, I was wowed so many times that you got everything so spot on.
Oh
So
gosh, that's wonderful.
great job,
Well, thank
really.
you very much, and I hope that you will share it with your family and your friends and let them know that she has been honored and that we will continue
I
to honor
have.
her in any way that we can.
Yes.
Absolutely, and I brought 2 copies of it
Ah,
to give to another family members, and so, yeah, it's gonna be passed on and bought for quite a few others
ah,
because I
okay.
want them to read it too. I know it
Well
would mean a lot
well,
to
why
them
don't
as
well,
well.
when we get off of here, if you give us your address, we can send you a couple of signed copies.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you so much. That would
Absolutely.
be amazing. I would
Yes.
love
it will
that.
be our pleasure. We would love to send you
Thank
a
you
couple of
so,
those.
so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah,
Thank you. That
absolutely.
would be wonderful.
Great.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. We really, I mean, you just don't know how much it means to
I
us
know, there's just no words.
that you have taken the time out of your schedule to come back and kind of recap a little bit on that difficult part in your life. And we're thrilled, just thrilled to have been able to meet you and to get more stories and more information about Terry.
Yes, definitely.
Well, I'm honored to be here and I'm honored to have met you. And I just feel blessed that everything connected like it did
I agree.
and that
And now
and
your
it
family.
came to this.
That's right.
Thank
Now
you
your
so much.
family.
I'm ready to join in.
All right. Well, I gotta tell you, we are 2 crazy sisters.
We-
We're a
Well,
lot.
that's good. Then I'll fit in perfectly.
That's great. That is wonderful. Well, we so appreciate you and your time and your spirit and your love for your sister,
Thank
and
you.
we are forever in your debt for coming on and hanging out with us for a few minutes and just letting us know, that we kinda got some things right. That's very
Oh,
that's
yes, you
fine.
did, and I've enjoyed it. It's
Good.
always nice to remember the special moments with Terry, and I love to talk about her and think about the good and the happy times and the fun we would have together, and those are the memories that I wanna keep alive and
Yes.
yes.
Good.
That's great.
absolutely
Us
for
too.
always.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you again, Amanda. And I'm gonna stop the recording, but we still want to chat with you for a second. That's
Alright.
and we can come back and
You
do
can
our
have
wrap
wrap
up
up.
and
Yeah.
all that housekeeping stuff later. All right, guys, we're back. We're gonna just do our quick housekeeping and then
Housekeeping.
yeah, sweet, sweet, sweet. So what a blessing that was. What an
Oh,
honor. I hope that you
so
all
fun.
could feel what we felt through that conversation, and,
That was ridiculous.
that was crazy that just the universe, the God, the universe, Terry, Jesus, the clouds, the
Oh,
stars.
Jesus, he really does love us.
He does. He loves us. He loves us.
Yeah, I mean, because, you know, we're not we didn't go to college to become authors, to
That wasn't even on
that
our
wasn't
radar.
no, and we an opportunity fell in our laps with the first book,
Yep.
and Karen has wanted to tell this story
For
for
the
the
longest
longest
time.
time, and we didn't have the research that we had with the first book.
No.
We had the case file, we
And we
had
had
her
an
obituary,
obituary.
but we didn't have anything else. That's
Nothing.
it. We didn't have anything else to go on. So we just let our Palo Santo, kinda concentrated and
Meditated,
meditated.
asked for divine guidance, asked for, asked for us to be enabled to handle this properly because it was always in the forefront of our minds. We
Right.
didn't wanna sensationalize anything. We just wanted it to unfold organically,
Yes.
and it did.
But we also wanted to honor the victim, and we're always a little bit scared that because we don't have enough background information on the victim that maybe we won't get it right, that maybe
Yeah.
the attempt will be not successful.
Yeah.
And when we tell you, we can feel the spirit moving through us when we are writing these books. Having Amanda confirm all of the things that we were able to capture.
These details that we put in this book that were born in literally in Anne's den, like the two of us just talking, or I would get an idea in the middle of the night, or Anne would get an idea, and the next day we would text each other and say, hey, I really want this for Terry.
Yes.
Or let's make it like this for Terry, or I think Terry should do this. That's how this came about. This was not, there is no research.
No.
There is no research out there. You type in her name, there's no research. There's this book and
we're really
our
excited about
podcast.
it because
Yeah.
the character development was something that we hadn't done before.
No, and we really got into it.
Really got into
really
the
into
character
it.
development. So I'm sure there are like professional authors that make tons of money out there.
Yeah.
Or, New York Times bestsellers that are like, oh my gosh, these two are terrible.
Of
But
course.
for
But
us and what our mission is and what we want to
and where we came
accomplish.
from, our background, and where we
Yes.
came from, and the fact that we've been able to do this not once but twice.
Right.
It just really, I told Anne before we started recording when we had gotten this beautiful text from Amanda this afternoon about how she, going into this, how she felt and how it touched her that we had written this book. And I sent a copy on text to Aunt and said, isn't it crazy that just when you think you don't have a purpose on this earth, you get a reminder.
Yeah.
You get a reminder that says you do have a purpose, and your purpose doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be on the big stage. It doesn't have to be don't have to be the lead singer of a band or a famous attorney, or it can be quiet. And we have a quiet purpose, and we're going to keep going.
We are.
So what we want from you guys is, if you know of a story that needs to be written about a victim that was taken violently from this earth way before their time, please let us know, because we will write that book. We
Oh.
won't hesitate.
Oh, Jesus.
So
That is like a big commitment.
I'm saying, send us information. Send us what you want us.
Research it, and we'll do our very best.
Well,
That's huge.
Well, we can. It might take us 20 years to write that book.
We don't whip them out.
Well, we don't whip them out. I'm not
Quick and
saying we're going to
easy.
publish it tomorrow. I'm saying we will do whatever we can to honor that victim. And
Yes.
that's exactly what we'll do. So
Yes.
in the meantime, we really do need for you to buy our book. That would be.
This has been Sugar Coated Murder Podcast, a deliciously entertaining true crime podcast. Like what you heard? You can always explore past episodes by visiting sugarcoatedpod.com. Don't forget to like our Facebook fan page and share with friends. Thanks for listening to Sugar Coated Murder Podcast.